If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Welcome to the Dynasty Dugout Show, a podcast covering all things minor league baseball. Get a front row seat to the action with everything you need to know about the future stars of Major League Baseball. And now, here's your host, Chris Clegg.
Hello and welcome back to the show. It is Monday. It's June the 9th. We're going to talk about minor league baseball, this weekend's action. Hope you guys all had an awesome weekend and a great start to your Monday. It's good to be back with you. I am excited to break down everything that happened over the weekend because there was a lot of baseball to talk about. So I am really pumped to break it all down with you. Before we do, you know the usual. The show is brought to you by Connect Roasters. Connect Roasters is Ian Happ's coffee company, and it's an incredibly smooth blend of coffee. Connect Roasters does wonders for the community. They give back, and it's great coffee. I wouldn't just make that up. I believe in it. I drink it every single day and think it's delicious. So go to connectroasters.com, check out the Gold Glove Blend, and get buy one, get one 50% off a bag. So you get 2 bags for buy one, get one 50% off. It's a pretty good deal. Also, we're proud to partner with Chinook Seedery. Chinook has the best sunflower seeds in the game. Chinook has a wide variety of flavors, from sweet, spicy, salty, you name it. They got it all, and they're all delicious. You can go check out ChinookSeedery.com. Use the code DynastyDugout at checkout and get 10% off your order today. Let's dive right in. A lot of stuff to talk about from the weekend, but a lot of good action as well. So let's dive in and look at the standouts from this weekend, starting with Caminiti, who was awesome. He has been recovering from a forearm injury this spring. He's clearly fine, and here's why. Because he pitched at the complex returning, and then he returned to single A this weekend and was utterly dominant. And actually, velocity was up on all of his pitches. So that tells me he's all right. I know when people hear forearms, automatic concern. There was no structural damage. I'm not sure exactly the extent of the injury for Caminiti, but Caminiti came back and he absolutely shoved. It was 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 run across 5 innings of work. The strikeouts were there, 8 strikeouts. He had 13 whiffs, which was good for a 33% whiff rate, a 37% CSW for Caminiti. He was highly efficient, landed 70% of his pitches for strikes, which is pretty good. You like to see that. And again, when he's not missing bats, he kept the ball on the ground at a 56% clip. So good combo of bat missing and ground ball ability from the lefty. Remember, Caminiti is actually younger than some prep draftees that will be taken this summer. He was originally part of the 2025 class, reclassified to last year. Braves take him in the first round. And the rest is kind of history. He won't turn 19 until August this year. So the fact that Caminiti has the stuff that he does right now, and he's still 18, is pretty impressive. So like when I look at other lefties, like I'm going to talk about Dasan Hill today. Comparing the two, like I might prefer Caminiti. Now, he has a little more velocity on his fastball, but I think I might like Caminiti a bit more. So last year, Caminiti, when I was at his pro debut last year, he set 93, 95, but more 3s than 5s. In the start of this weekend, Caminiti was sitting 95 to 96. He only had a couple 94 sprinkled in. It's really good stuff. I mean, his average IVB from his 5'8" release height, but Caminiti does get good horizontal movement as well on the pitches. He's throwing 2 slider variations now. He's throwing a sweeper and more of a traditional slider, with the sweeper being around 83 miles an hour. It's getting 15 inches of sweep, and the more traditional slider in the upper 80s. At changeups in the upper 80s as well, 87, 88. And it's got good movement. Like, you watch that pitch. If you're watching the highlights, it's like pretty good depth and arm side movement there for Caminiti. So he's a sharp arm. I think he's going to take a big step forward this year with the velocity jump. I look at Caminiti, I say, yeah, this kid's a top 100 guy for sure. I'm very excited about what Cam Caminiti brings to the table. So that's Cam Caminiti, left-handed pitcher, Atlanta Braves. Let's talk about Dasan Hill. I mentioned him. Let's just go ahead and talk about him. Dasan Hill was all the buzz. And I mean, I was probably guilty. Like, I've hyped him up since February when he came into camp and was pumping, 95, 96 after he set low 90s in high school. It's an interesting fastball because he differentiates sometimes it's a 4-seam, 2-seam. They blend at times. It works interesting, but 19-year-old lefty from last year's draft class, I mean, he was really good again. And he tossed 4 scoreless with 2 hits and 1 walk allowed. He had 7 strikeouts and a 46% whiff rate, 40% CSW. Dasan Hill is a really good arm. Fastball sits around 96. So he tops north of 98. There's times when he hits like 20 inches of vert, which is really awesome. The 2 seams down like 13 inches of vert, but they do converge at times. So like, I'm really curious of where it goes. So VAA is pretty similar. It could go either way. I could see them wanting to develop a 4-seam or just a 2-seam. Not really sure. But the secondaries have been impressive. And I think Dasan Hill mixes them pretty well. When you look at what he does, there's starts where he'll throw the slider the most. There's starts like on this weekend when he used the changeup the most. There's times when he used the curveball more. And so it's a good sequencing, I think, to keep hitters on their toes. It's not like, hey, I'm just throwing the fastball and then slider the second most. But the slider, high spin, 10 to 12 inches of sweep, it's 79 to 84 miles an hour. So it can get up to 83, 84 at times. Changeup, really good fade to it. Late depth, 84 miles an hour on that pitch. So he's got good separation velocity-wise from the fastball. And you like to see that. Like that. That's an important characteristic for the changeup to play well, is good separation. That's what he does. Like, he sells it well with his arm speed. It kind of dies and fades. Great changeup. Curveball is a 2-plane breaker, so it's got like 11 inches of sweep, 11 inches of IVB. So it's a really good pitch, upper 70s. Dasan Hill still needs to prove he can pitch deeper in the starts. I think that's the thing we're waiting on the most for Dasan Hill, is to say like, hey, we want to see you be able to go deeper. And from there, like, then what can we expect? Because if he does prove that he can pitch deeper in the starts, then this kid's a stud. Like, we're going to be talking about him as like one of the best left-handed pitching prospects in baseball. I truly do believe that. And so Dasan Hill, the Minnesota Twins, he's right there with Caminiti. I think that you look and compare the two young lefties drafted last summer. Caminiti, I mean, it was one start, but like, honestly, the stuff looked a little better. It's going to be close. I don't know. I could go either way, I guess. Hill has maybe the better fastball. Caminiti, changeup is better. Sliders, breaking balls, probably pretty close. So interesting stuff there to kind of follow. 2 really good lefties from last year's draft. Now, if you want to see some more pictures that I wrote about all the top performers in the dynastydugout.com. You can go check that out and subscribe. Every day, I put out pretty comprehensive reports on the top players. The weekend recap was 20 players. It's about 4,000 words. So I try to put StatCast data in that you can't find anywhere else, pitch level data that's not out there in public. So I really try to help you know more about the players. And again, I'm not going to give it all away, but I do want to talk about something on the show. So go read the rest. A couple more to highlight, though. Ben Shields of the Yankees is a fun prospect. I did not write about him, but we'll talk about him here. He actually is rehabbing. He had an injury. He's come back from it, so that's good to see. So Ben Shields was kind of an underrated lefty in the Yankees organization who didn't get a lot of buzz when he really should have. I put him like near the top 10 of their farm system. Thought he's a really good arm. He's rehabbing, and he had a really good appearance on Sunday. He only tossed 2 1/3, but he did strike out 5 batters and did not issue a walk. So that was good to see from Ben Shields when you look at the production and what he brought to the table. when we go and we look at the stuff, like I do want to look at what the numbers looked like compared to previous years. They were pitching down in Jupiter, which does have StatCast. So Shields actually led with a slider, which was encouraging and fun to see. He did only miss 2 bats on it. So it's like, okay, you do want to see a little more there. But he set 81 on it, topped at 84, pretty good spin. And then sinker, he only missed 2 bats on as well. It was sitting 93, top 94.5. So I don't think the velocity is like fully back, but I also think that that's a pretty good spot for Shields to be. We'll see as he continues to rehab and progress from his injury. And ultimately, what does that look like? Shields does get good horizontal. He gets enough right, I think, to classify as a 4-seam, but Savant is classified as a sinker. I mean, you're looking at anywhere between like 14 to 17 inches of IVB, which I think can play like as a 4-seam fastball. And he gets like 10 to 15 inches of horizontal movement on that as well. Slider is good sweep the other way. So you're talking about pretty good separation, like 30 inches up to some points. He's getting like 16, 15 inches of sweep on that slider in the low 80s. Ben Shields is definitely a name to know. He just needs to be healthy, and we need to see him back on the mound and in deeper stints. So Ben Shields, know that name. He is with the New York Yankees. We've got Jaxon Wiggins, who I just think he is a top 100 prospect at this point. Like, Jaxon Wiggins is a stud. You watch him pitch, and it's just utter dominance, and like it's continued. And what Jaxon Wiggins does on the mound is awesome to see. So like you watch Jaxon Wiggins, and sometimes you see inconsistent command. And then other times you see starts like this weekend on Sunday, he doesn't issue a walk in 5 innings. He doesn't allow a run. He allowed just 4 hits, and he struck out 8 batters and had 18 whiffs. We're running at 18% swinging strike rate right now, which is one of the better marks in the minors. Wiggins' fastball is like mid to upper 90s. He touches triple digits on it. It's a wipeout slider. It's a good changeup. And I really do believe that the command is improving with Jaxon Wiggins. His walk rate's now under 10% on the season. That's a huge encouragement there. I love to see the 101 whip. He's gone to Double-A and hasn't been phased a bit. Like, he continues to pitch really, really well. And from May 8th forward, I think this is substantial. May 8th forward, he's a 5.8% walk rate, 30% strikeout rate. Wiggins has the stuff. And if he's throwing strikes now, like, this is an arm that you want. This is one of the Cubs' best prospects. He's blossoming in front of our eyes. I think Jaxon Wiggins is worth buying high on. I'm not even sure if the buzz is caught up, but like, Jaxon Wiggins is a dog, and he should be talked about among the best pitching prospects in baseball, if we're being honest, because I believe in the command jumps. I really do believe that you look at this, you say, yeah, there's been a substantial jump in what Jaxon Wiggins is doing, and I want to be a part of that. He landed 73% of his pitches for strikes. He was highly efficient on Sunday, and he was coming off a 2-start week, which we don't see all that often, and pitchers aren't always that comfortable with seeing the same lineup twice in a row. He pitched on Tuesday, and then he pitched again on Sunday facing the same lineup in Chattanooga, which is a pretty good lineup, and he just flat out dominated them. So Jaxon Wiggins, I'm in on in a big way. He's moving up my board quickly. He almost made the top 100 at the end of May. I'm a Jaxon Wiggins fan, and I think he should only be moving up very, very fast. So buy high on Jaxon Wiggins of the Chicago Cubs. All right. Those are the pitchers I want to highlight. I do want to talk some hitters. Let's take a quick break, and we will get right back at it.
This is your before and after story. Prepare for an incredible career in nursing. At Southeastern College, experience expert hands-on training. Learn real-world skills in our professional lab and simulated settings. And train for opportunities as a practical nurse, registered nurse, or career advancement with our RN to BSN program. At Southeastern College, your future is bright. Visit sac.edu to get started.
All right, some fun standouts over the weekend hitter-wise. We had a lot of big performances from a home run standpoint. We had some big standouts. We got to talk about Roc Riggio. He is on another planet right now. Riggio's doing some insane stuff. Now, who is this guy? He's a second baseman in the Yankees org. He's short. He's just strong. Like, he's built like a in a way, he's kind of built like Zaire Hope, just that stronger, smaller build that's got just like tight wound muscles and can pop. And that's what he's done. He had 2 home run performance on Sunday, and he's just blasting baseball. Now, his season was delayed a bit. He did not return to the field until May. In 122 plate appearances this year, Riggio already has 11 home runs. Like, he had 11 home runs last year in 480 plate appearances. So Roc Riggio already is at his career high for home runs. He's slashing 280, 410, 680. The contact rates have improved. Now, that was a concern. Like, Riggio, for me, was kind of a fringe, like, top 25 prospect in the Yankee system, as the contact skills were a bit questionable, but he has shown him improvements there. It's a good approach. He doesn't chase all that often, which is encouraging. He's going to run high OBPs, as you've seen. I mean, last year was a 349 OBP to pair with a 221 average, so much higher gaps between the average and OBP than most hitters, and there's juice. Now, Riggio stole 27 bases last year. I think he's lost a step this year. He's stolen 3 bags, but he's been caught 4 times. You're not going to get the green light when you're not efficient. And Riggio's not like a big runner anyway. He's a pretty solid glove, though, at second base. If the power sticks and you have those OBP skills, like, Riggio looks like an MLB caliber bat. He doesn't hit the ball on the ground at all. It's a 70% air rate this year. He uses the whole field pretty well. It's just really good stuff, and he's been really impressive. So we can't ignore what Roc Riggio is doing right now, and he deserves to be talked about because he's absolutely mashing, and this Yankees prospect is moving up boards quickly if this will continue. Now, another 2 home run performance that needed this very bad is former and still top prospect Carson Williams. Tampa Bay Rays 21-year-old prospect is in AAA. Carson Williams is a dude, though, because he has a glove, a gold glove. He's going to be a gold glover at short. He's got a 70 arm over there, and he's got power and speed for days. Now, Carson Williams has gone through some lumps this year. He's gone through lumps at other points in his minor league career, but it's athleticism for days. It's tools across the board. Former first rounder, so he's got pedigree. And even after blasting 2 home runs on Sunday, he's still slashing 197, 296, 394. This shows you how his season has gone so far. Williams' 9th percentile exit velocity jumped from 105 to 107.6 miles an hour this year. Hard hit rate's good. The barrel rate's good. It's good stuff. The contact rates, though, are abysmal with Carson Williams. It's a 75% contact rate. That's bad, like very, very bad. And like when you're making contact in the zone at that rate and you're making an overall contact rate 60%, not good. So good news. Williams has struck out just 4 times in the last 6 games. Still not great, but that's a major jump for Carson Williams. He's going to figure it out, guys. I really do believe so because I've seen Carson Williams a lot over the years, like dating back to right out of the draft. He's a good ball player. He's worked and made the improvements. He's still 21 years old. And he's in AAA. I believe in Carson Williams bouncing back. We'll see how it goes, but Williams is going to be all right. I'm not particularly worried about him. Wyatt Sanford's the other one. We got a Pirate shortstop who is incredible in the field. Like, this kid is silky smooth. It's short. When he was drafted, the reports were that there was some juice that people weren't talking enough about. Like, he had gotten some power. And honestly, his high school exit velocities on the showcase were really good. Like, they stood out and were like, I think this kid can get to some pop. Got to see him on the backfields this spring. And it's really easy power. Like, it's not like he's trying to hit for too much power. Like, you watch Wyatt Sanford swing the bat. It's easy. It's a simple toe tap. The barrel stays in the zone a long time. And he's ultimately just like really good weight distribution and balance, and he can create pop. Now, he hit 2 home runs this weekend. They weren't like massive exit velocities by any means, but to this point, he has 104 plate appearances on the year. He has 4 home runs already, and he was promoted last week to single A from the complex. He hit 3 home runs last week. So really good start for Wyatt Sanford. He runs well. He's stolen 16 bags. I know stolen bases aren't a great indicator of speed or anything of that nature, but I've got some clock times on Sanford that are really good. Not a super flashy skill set, but High OBP type, low chase, good approach, good contact. I really like Sanford as a hitter. He never tries to do too much. So Wyatt Sanford, like, he just looks like a dude that's really going to pop off that I'm really excited about. So sign me up. Wyatt Sanford can swing it, and he's a really good glove at that. So some big weekends from some Pirates guys. Carson DeMartini of the Phillies also homered twice. Now, I was a big Carson DeMartini stan after the draft last year because he made some changes in the swing. The Phillies completely changed his hand slot, helped him jump the contact rate substantially. DeMartini ran a contact rate of 64% at Virginia Tech last year, so really bad contact. That's almost undraftable, by the way, and the Phillies were like, we'll take a shot because we think the tools are there. DeMartini made the change. He ran a contact rate of like 81.5% last year. Okay, that'll play. Well, this year the contact rates have dropped back down. He's back at 65%. And I've seen a lot of DeMartini. I saw him in the spring. He was impressive. I saw him 2 weeks ago. Jersey Shore was down here. And it was good, but I still worry about the contact ability. DeMartini gets really uphill. So like if you're watching on video, like he's getting here, he's getting to the back leg really bad, and he's creating a really uphill swing. And he top spins a lot of balls. So a lot of what I saw is like, yeah, I mean, he hit the ball in the outfield, but it was top spun and just like barely went in the outfield. I mean, yes, he can get to power. I've seen some high exit velocities from him. I think he's up to 8 home runs this year. I do want to pull that up to confirm. I don't have that right in front of me at the moment. Yes, he's 8 home runs, 18 stolen bases. I mean, DeMartini's clock times are average at best. So you look at 18 stolen bases, 5 caught stealings. Like, I just don't think he's going to be a huge stolen base source. Maybe I'm wrong there, but good approach. He doesn't chase all that often, but the contact's bad. Now, DeMartini did get promoted, so that's encouraging to see. He will be in Double-A this week. I'll be really following this closely to see how does the contact look in Double-A, because now you're talking about better pitching. There's some bad pitching in the South Atlantic League, and you can take advantage of that. So what will Carson DeMartini look like coming back? We shall see. All right, let's talk a couple more hitters, and we will get out of here. Freili Encarnacion. I want to talk about him because I saw him last week. This guy is impressive. I mean, he's a third baseman in the Red Sox org. He's in high A now. He can mash. Now, the first half of last week was his first week in high A, and it was a struggle. And he had a multi-strikeout game that I set on, and then he had no hits, I think, the first 3 games. He set another game I was at, but this weekend, he mashed. He had 5 hits. He had 2 doubles and a homer. This homer, he mashed the opposite field at 111.6 miles an hour. Like, wasn't even like, it was kind of just flick of the wrist, like put it out the opposite field in 111.6. Pretty stupid power. You want to talk about stupid power? He's hit a ball 120.6 miles an hour this year. His 90th percentile is up over 110 miles an hour. He's hit some homers that have been like 115s. Like, it's just stupid. Freili Encarnacion can match. Now, is it one-dimensional? Kind of my fear. But he puts a lot of balls in the air. He gets to the pool side often. And a couple of his doubles nearly left the yard as well this weekend. Hit off the green monster in Fluor Field, which is kind of like a replica of Fenway, so it's got a big green monster. Contact skills are actually respectable. He's running like an end zone contact rate like 80% and an overall contact rate north of 70%. So, I mean, it's pretty respectable contact for a player with this kind of bat speed and this kind of power. That's Freili. I've heard Freili as well. It's Freili Encarnacion. Yeah, he can swing it. He is a potential dog. So, yeah, when you hit a ball 120.6 at 20 years old, I mean, there's something there, and it's consistent big time pop. So, like, plenty of 110 plusers there in the profile. He's good. So, that's Freili Encarnacion of the Boston Red Sox. Well, I think it's going to do it. Go check out the written report. You can see many more names than I talked about here. But that's the minor league weekend recap. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to the YouTube. I appreciate it. Subscribe on your favorite podcast platform as well. It does wonders for me. Thank you so much. Love and appreciate you all, and have a great day.
If you're a podcast host, listen up. This one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle. And I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.